guys, this is my new what if I thought of for a while. Actually, yeah, for a while because I never got the experience how to do it. So I went on and searched up what this means. So basically, here we go. What if Asta and Noelle and have chi? So I'm gonna begin. So actually, I'm gonna begin telling you what chi does. Chi, if you have the right flow of it, you can basically get endurance, or you can like neutralize poison. You can basically learn how to concentrate your dark energy and make it into like basically it's like ki but chi, but you can fly with it, and you can do like you can increase it like much by anything if you keep training. So, and I'm gonna explain what is gonna happen. So, we're gonna start when not Austin get in this one. Austin get adopted at kids by some people who were barely good at chi and martial arts. At the time, Asta get no. I'm gonna explain more. No, I'm not gonna explain. They get adopted, and Asta and is surprised they get adopted. They become actual brothers. And after they said goodbye, and they will see them someday, Asta and said to the village. After that, yeah. After that, we go into Noelle's perspective. Well, at a very young age, she was very can't control her magic at all. Plus, she has chi with her that she doesn't know about yet. So it's more difficult for her to learn how to control her magic and her chi. So she needs more training. So she basically in this one got kicked out of royalty, and then her siblings said go live with the commoners where you fail royal. And this one hit Noelle harder. Like now she's like she doesn't realize what now she has to do anymore until she actually went on a road that she met Lily. Actually, she passed a village where she sees a black haired boy and a gray haired kid boy too training. But inside, she sees not able to match their strength. But she realized the one with the gray hair doesn't have any magic, but he's using something else, and she can sense what it is, but she doesn't know what it means. So she basically get caught by one village who Asta got adopted by. So and this time Noelle got just in the village until one of the village said, "Why is she here?" And they asked when Austin, are basically learning by his master how to control chi. Since Austin doesn't have any magic, he has a lot of it for a kid. So he wondered how, and then he told basically Austin to train his body and keep focus on like nature training. Basically, I'm just saying this like basically training your senses basically. So in Asta's case, he will get key sensing, but he will learn how to use chi more better to affect it. So in Asta's turn, he's focusing and he learns how to literally summon a little chi ball. After Noelle explained the situation, what happened to her, she's the now the guys are wondering what to do with her because now she's not royal, and she got kicked out by her own family because she can't control her magic, and they can sense chi from her that is a lot. But the village, there's like two village people, one training yuno and asta, and one woman with chi and water magic. So she will take basically Noah in and train her until she gets better with her power. And this time, Noah and Asta has been seeing each other a lot lately because they're literally Noelle doesn't like talking to people for some reason. And then until she met Asta, she really didn't want to talk to him until Asta literally said, "Whoa, I can sense your chi is so strong." And Noelle at this time know what chi is, so she said, "Thank you," like in a happy way. At this time, Asta and her became friends at child age. And Yuno has his wind magic teacher who taught him about a little bit of chi to increase his wind magic. So basically, Yuno is basically taught basically more and more harder. So in this time, Yuno and Asta and Noelle is basically training how to increase their chi. So basically, Noelle and Yuno has to train harder like Asta, like literally endurance training. So they have to learn how to survive from poison basically, and like anything that comes there into their lives basically like that. Until Asta figure out to like when he's meditating, he learned how to float with his chi, and villagers are getting impressed with Asta until basically yeah. So basically, he learned how to float with his chi, but it literally takes a lot of stamina. So, and then it begins Asta hand to hand combat training with Chi. So, Asta is basically learning hand to hand combat while Noelle and Yuno are learning how to control their magic. So, basically, in Asta's case, he can basically really, really give you the hands. Worse than in canon. Worse. Like, you know how basically in canon, when he punched that wall, that rock wall, who's trying to say that the guy who said he doesn't have no magic and was talking down to the kids, that's he can punch harder than that wall. Harder. It will shatter the wall. So basically, Asta literally increases chi every time. So he wants to be basically stronger. So basically, yeah. So he keep training his hand to hand combat and more endurance, increasing his chi. So basically, his chi control, chi control is basically high level of. It's literally on three captains levels, on like for Goyon, Yami, and Nozel on their level at his age, and that's literally like I'm not trying to say necessarily weak to them, but he's literally at the time at his age can be compared to those three is at least like 45% of chi that he mastered, and he knows he can do like chi symbols and make chi waves basically. So and he can boost his body up with chi to make him more faster. And let's skip to Yuno's training. Yuno's training is more difficult since he never trained like Asta as a kid. So he is taking this a little bit hard. So that's why he's basically doing it to at least catch up to Asta. Since Asta doesn't have any magic, that's why he's giving it hand to hand combat. But in Yuno's case, he has magic. So he has to train his wind magic and his chi at the same time. That is very more difficult for him. So basically, he trains extra harder. So basically, he's training harder than his original canon self, and basically, in a way, he mastered like he made basically out of his wind magic, he made a chi sword. Basically, it's like his spirit of Zephyr, like that, but more condensed. So it's basically too OP at this point. And he's literally at the bottom of Asta, literally like since I said like he's yeah Asta and is basically like literally 30% under Asta and Chi, and his magic is like on the same level. So basically he's matching up with two captains, and it's Yami and Forgoyon. So basically he's up to that level. For Noelle, my girl, her magic is so basically out of control since she doesn't have any good memories. She has to train her body actually harder. And so basically, she trains harder than ever to even catch up to the two she actually admired as rivals and as friends. Basically, yeah, so basically, yeah, to catch up to them. And the village said, "We're gonna basically." They gave him the title of Light Triad, like since they bring hope to light, they gave him the title of Light Triad. So they literally said, "Keep this under wraps," and they said yes. So they kept the training. In Noelle's case, she unlocked her Valkyrie dress at a young age. So basically, this is like a whole time. This is like basically at that kid's age when Noelle unlocks her Valkyrie dress early. So Asta and Yuno are really surprised about her power, and her chi is massive. So basically, since Noelle has a lot of magic and a lot of chi, her magic is literally with above four captains, and that means her chi is literally like 60%. So Asta literally doesn't like losing challenges. He trained his chi training extra harder until saw this and started training his chi and wind magic extra harder until they went into the Grimoire fuck how you say it? This place when you get your grimoires, basically like how they get the grimoires. Basically, Noelle and gets the grimoires. Basically, Noelle 3 leaf, but it's stronger. When she touched it, it's basically more better. In Yuno's case, his is the 4 leaf. And in Asta's case, everybody was about to laugh until Asta gave a 5 leaf grimoire. And then when he touched it, it combined with his chi, so the book is more cleaner now. And until he realized he has a big sword. And then when he touched it, he made the sword light. Like not like light magic like that, like lit, but like with his chi, and his chi is basically, how do I say it? His chi is basically like blue and red. So one side is blue, the other side is basically red. So basically on the sword, it's basically stronger than 10 times before. So since he basically went back to the village and told everybody about this grimoire, except for Noelle, since they was there, and they said test it out on their magic, and then he cut their magic. Noelle, and Noelle's, it canceled it out. So now they said now we had to train Asta in sword combat to control his sword. Basically, Asta has to go through more brutal training than before since he has hand to hand combat and now a sword. Now he has to train extra harder. So now, since Asta has anti magic again at such a beautiful young age, and this is like when they're basically 14 now. Basically, yeah, they're basically 14 now, and basically now he learns how to use his basically black divider and. But yeah, basically he's the black divider, and he can fly with a sword now too. So basically, just in case if he gets tired of flying, he can use the sword to fly. After that, is basically they're basically going up by levels. So basically now, and since Noelle kept up with the training, she's basically on the top. But now since Asta has his anti magic and he's basically on the same level as Noelle, and so is So basically, they're basically the top 3 of this clan. I mean, yeah, it's a clan basically. And one of the women gave Noelle a water sword, a water katana, basically, yeah, like that. Basically, a katana for water users, and someone gave for a wind sword, a wind user. Since Asta has an anti magic sword, he doesn't need that. But sword is just different from Noelle, so basically it's basically like it's Spirit of Zephyr, but more like at least almost the Asta's length, but a little bit. So basically they train it in their sword combat just like how Asta did. So basically they are good now, and their level of chi is at least like 99, not 99, like 80%. After this whole like week, they went to the magic exam, and basically they do their training on the way. So basically they're increasing the chi, so they're like 82%. So basically they said this might be good enough. After that, they went to the magic, like going basically the trip to the magic exam. So they got there. They still met Nero. Asta does like the bird, so they Asta decided to keep the bird. And basically, when they got in, everybody's shocked about the four leaf, and basically, no one can sense chi, but they know what it is. So basically, they sense pressure from Noelle, Asta, and Yuno, so they know not to mess with those three. And this time, the anti magic birds don't even touch Asta. Even though he has anti magic, they do not touch him because Asta learns how to make a chi shield around his body. And this time he doesn't run into Yami, but he knows Yami is strong. So basically, he might have to go to the black, like on his robe. On his robe, he sees a black bull. So he might think he wants to join the Black Bulls. He's thinking about it. After the whole test, Asta really just like since Asta and and Noelle learns chi, and Asta teaching them the basic how to flow with it, they really don't like flying on brooms. So basically, they just float up, and basically, yeah, since the birds can't touch Asta, he's good. And in the flying potion, everybody know Noelle and Yuno has magic, but they seen a kid with no magic, but he is floating. Captains are wondering and disgusting about stuff about that kid. They think he might be dangerous or something in a way. Boss that hears this, he said he doesn't say anything. He just shrugs like, "Wow." And then it comes the target practice. Asta literally sends a chi ball and shot it and hits the thing. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention he can call for his sword too. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, he shot a chi ball, but no one sensed no magic from it. But Noelle and know what it is, so they can sense it, and they know it's might be stronger now. And like an original, and this time Noelle's actually participating. Noelle know who Noelle is, and now he see her got so much better with her magic. He might consider her joining the Silver Eagles, but it's not gonna work out this time. And then when it came to the combat tests, everybody challenged. Not like one royal challenge Asta since they don't sense no magic from this kid. So basically, they think he might be an easy win until Noelle said just thrash him. Like who cares? Just thrash him. Asta agrees to this and like he said, I am gonna smack you with hard with my sword. And the royal said, sure you can. After they begin, Asta is like when he pulls out his actually he doesn't even pull a sword. He literally powers up like at least like his chi to like 20 like 10%. That's how OP is because his chi is massive. And he said, "You're not gonna use that sword." Actually, he never used the sword at all. So basically, no one knows what its power is until basically he said, "Come at me, magic and whatever, royal whatever." After the royal tried to shoot like at least like fire magic at Asta, everybody thought Asta was done, but until Asta literally just curves the fireball, grabs it, and then just toss it back, and the royal was he's like what, and then he dodged his own tag, and then out of all people, they could not see where he went after he went to the fireball, but Yami saw him. He's blitzing. Yami sees him blitzing, and then he walked this to you know how huh. You know how people do those special techniques in martial arts, like they use the two fingers and then just sock them like hard, and they just like back far. Yeah, this is what Asa's gonna do, but in his own way. Asta blitzed in right front of the mage, and he said, "How did you move that fast?" Asta literally went two fingers, like slowly, and everybody's wondering what he's doing until he's like power up like at least like 11% of the chi, and then crushed his fist and hit the mage in the chest. He flew into the wall. He like crashed into it, and he is knocked out. Everybody was like, "What the heck?" And also like saying, that wasn't even a challenge. I didn't even use my full power on him. Like at least like 11% of my power." And everyone's like 11% of his power. And people saying, "Is this kid looking down on people?" And Noelle Yuta said, "Good job holding back on this guy." And I also said, "Bad," because I don't want to kill the guy. Everybody's hearing this and it's like, wow, is he really that cocky? And when Asta was about to leave, Yami said, "Hey, kid." And the captain said, wondering what is Yami doing. And he said, "You fight me." Asta's looking at him like, "Why?" "Because I sense you're strong and I want to test my strength against you." Asta is like, the knights is like, "Yami, you can't do that," but Asta agrees because he's wondering. He says, "I felt you being strong as well, and I'm wondering how I test against you." And this time, everybody like the proctor agrees to see the fight through with Yami and Asta. Asta is like, "You ready?" And Yami say, "Bet." And Asta pulls out his sword, out his grimoire, and then he was like, "What? I thought his like magic was he has no magic." And he pulled out a sword and he said, "You ready?" And this time, Asta like literally saying, sensing Yami's ki, basically ki, so he knows Yami is strong. And Yami at least using like 50% of his freaking magic power. So he's like, how about 40%? And he's powering up his chi to 40%. Everybody sees a aura of red. Actually, they see blue until it's red, and because how low it is. And he said, "You ready?" And Yami said, "Yeah." And no one can see them because they are fast, but the only could hear is breaking rocks and shockwaves, and they are breaking through everything. After that, Yami was about to use his black slash. His black slash until Asta sent that back, and it almost hit Yami, and Asta got Yami down. And this fight was going on for an hour until Asta literally said it was a tie, since they both was almost knocked out. After that, it became Noelle's turn. Noelle. The siblings were there, and they wondered if Noelle's going to lose since she doesn't have no much control from magic. But in this case, Noelle pulls out a katana. And then the other people's like, wow, a katana, and she's supposed to be royalty. Noelle's getting mad a little bit, so she's basically almost powered up to the Valkyrie dress, but not all the way. But she's using her chi and calming herself down, and looking at this other royal with dead looks. And this royal is basically a wind user, and she said this might be a challenge because she challenged Yuno a lot, so basically she got more challenges. After that, they begin. Noelle is easy basically dodging and beating this wind mage to the break, almost knocked out until she did a key water slash. Chi water slash basically, and then knocked him out. And Original beats his mage after basically getting choose. None of the royals picked their hands for Asta. At this whole training, Asta still goes to the Black Bull, so it's Noelle. But Yuno said he might go into the Golden Dawns. Basically, that's where it ends here. So I hope you guys like it, and you guys like this what if. I'll continue it. So give me more likes, subscribers, and if you guys want more epic fights, I will give it to you. So basically, in this one, it was short because I thought of it late. So yeah, so peace out. Give me more likes if you want a part 2 or 3 or 4. So peace, and give me more. I said this to your friend. I will link my Instagram down below for you can text me about it too. So peace out.